decision tree. So what do you mean by decision tree? Decision tree is simply it is a supervised machine learning algorithm which basically depends on what to break and split. Like it just classify into various steps and divide it into smaller and smaller pieces. Like first of all, you can see here a root node, then it is divided into two further parts or node. That is called decision node. Then again, it divided into further parts that's leaf node, and in that way, a decision is made. Just take an example of voting. Okay, there is a population of India where we have to classify how much people are eligible for giving votes and how much are on the basis of age we will be on the basis of age we will just classify it. Okay, so. Like take a one side you will be taking like how many are below or 18 on and how many are above 18. Then again we will classify in the basis of like how many of how much are male, how much are female. Then again we will classify them on the basis of their weight or their age like that. Okay. So in this way, the decision tree works. Okay. And that is basically what it is that it is just basically depends on entropy. Okay. Now what do you mean by entropy? That decision tree is regularly based on entropy because it qualifies data in useful and even guiding that by constructing by the identifying the best features. Okay, to split the nodes, I'm aiming to create pure homogeneous child nodes for better classification and accuracy. Here you can see in this picture, this is the classification and this node is known as what leaf nodes are only known as child nodes. Now here you can see what this is the formula for calculating the entropy because we can know how our decision tree works on the basis of entropy. And so we have the formula that is summation of g equals to point c pj and log base to pj. Now here, what is the pj? It is a proportional of the sample that belongs to class that on what we are going to calculate the entropy for decision. Okay. Now, let's us discuss it through the code and how decision tree works. Okay, so just we will be taking like first of all we will build the heading of decision tree with 5 asterisks. Okay, like 5 asterisks decision tree. We will be using decision tree. Okay, and then 5 asterisks done. Okay, now first of all, what we need to import is our Python libraries for fluently working decision tree. That how this algorithm works. And first, we need to what is it? We need to take this Iris data set. So we will do just this is our data set. Okay, we will like just taking this example. Okay, for importing here we will be working on iris dataset that which for decision tree. Okay, so for numeric calculation, what we need is numpy. So we will import numpy snp. Okay, matplot for what? And we need matplot for our import matplot for what? We need it for the graphics representations. Okay, for the color what we get we need for that. Mat pip. Okay, matplot, and then pandas for our tabular format calculation. Okay, and what we need sklearn. So we will be going to sklearn, taking data sets from there. Sklearn dot data set. Okay, we are going in sklearn, taking data sets from there and importing what are iris data set. Load iris sklearn tree for tree classifications. Okay, and for model selection, what we will be doing here sklearn dot model, and we will be training it, testing it. So for that, we need permission import train test. Okay, so here we have basically an algorithm Just need to be here. Just wait. Nice. Okay. And sequential form we needed. So first we have imported what NumPy for numeric calculation, matplotlib for our more enhanced graphs and like all pictures. Okay. And sklearn for data sets, for taking iris data sets. We have pandas for tabular tabular forms and calculations. And here we are working on what decision tree. So we have imported sklearn tree. From sklearn tree we have imported what decision tree, and from the models tree test. Okay, now shift enter. Done. So now if we need this data set, so what we will be getting? Yes, let's import this. Enter. We have got our data sets. This in which format? In this format. But you can see we have just gotten these numbers. We didn't get that at which place it is the length of sepals or the breadth of sepals or that like okay. Just hide this. And in the next line, we are giving it a variable iris for what? Load data. Okay. Next, for the what for the data frames? Now, to get it in a well structured form, we will be using what Panda library. So, Panda data frames, iris.data, okay, and for getting in columns and with their feature name, okay. Just run this here. So, you can see here that sepal and sepal with petal and petal with we get. We didn't receive here that data in well organized form, so here it is with the help of data frames. Okay, now next, what we will be doing is giving this also another okay, the The next, what we will be doing is for printing the first five variable. And we will be using get function here. Done. We have gotten our first five functions. Same for the tail function. They will be done with this. First five tail one. Next, to getting the target and the details, what we have to do is assign that in X and Y format. So let's give it X equals to what we have. Iris data. So iris dot data and Y equals to what? Iris target. Okay. Y equals to iris target. So it will assign that the target and in what target data and in a target format in X and Y directions. Okay. Now we will be training the model. So what will be writing X train, X test, Y train, Y test. Okay, and split it. And this iteration we have already even imported that from you can see that in the above format here we have already done this train test one. So that only will also be here again. Okay, that with X and Y. And what test size we will be given? Okay, test size equals to 0.3 or 10 or 1. Okay, next. So it is okay. I will be checking it. So in which model we are working? The season tree, of course. So what we will be writing? We have the first the seasonal tree. Okay, and this is also done. So now getting it. So model equals model dot pick what explain the next text. So one output we should get is what and which one we are. This is into basically option. You get it. This season tree. Now to check it whether our model is working well, what we will be doing predicting it. It's just ordering or predicting. Yes. We have the ready for extreme. We will be in that. Here we have, so basically here we have data for working on both season 4. Okay, thank you.